So anyways, let's get going. Let's see. Looks like it's just one chapter or one section for each class. So let's just jump into it. Barbarian, Primal Pass variant dials. What I'm interested in before we start reading is what he has done to make other barbarians worth taking. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that every barbarian is a bear barbarian. And then maybe you get a zealot barbarian because somebody's like, I want to do something different. Or they're playing in one of my games and they want to be brought back to life for free. That being said, with death being such a difficult thing to come back from, I wonder how that's handled, if at all. So let's find out. All right, the Barbarian. It's now goes levels 1 to 10. There are the rages. There is the rage damage, brutality points, and brutalities. So these are new things. What I'm going to do is in one of my other windows, I'm going to go to D&D Beyond. And I'm going to have the PHB open to the same section as what we're discussing here. So I can kind of look from one monitor to the other and really see those changes up close. I think that might be a cool idea. Alright, so looking at it right here, obviously proficiency bonuses stay the same. Number of rages stays the same. And rage damage stays the same. So these are just additional stuff that's added in. Let's dig into this thing. Hit dice is the same. Armor proficiencies are the same. Saving throws are the same. Skills, the same. Equipment, blah, blah, blah. All that seems to be pretty much the same. Alright. Rage. You're able to enter a rage that pushes your physical strength beyond its normal limits. You can spend a bonus action to enter a rage that lasts for up to 1 minute. While raging, you gain the following benefits if you're not wearing heavy armor. Brutal strength. You gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Rage damage. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a bonus to damage roll as shown on the table. All that sounds pretty similar. Thick skin. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from both magical and non-magical sources. Okay, pretty cool. So that all happens while you're raging. You can use this feature a limited number of times as shown in the rages column, blah blah blah. Spellcasting. During a rage, you can't cast spells or concentrate on magic. If you are concentrating on a spell when you enter a rage, that concentration ends immediately. Magic items. Some items allow you to trigger magical effects, scrolls, wands, etc. You can activate these items unless it is specified that you are casting a spell. Which, I mean, honestly, scrolls and wands generally tell you that. Ending a rage. Your rage lasts for 1 minute. And with these new initiative rules, you might actually see 1 minute of combat. Who knows? It ends early if any of the following situations apply. Blackout. You are knocked unconscious. Passive aggression. Your turn ends in either A, you haven't attacked a hostile creature, or B, you haven't taken any damage since the end of your previous turn. Also something that will be harder to manage with the new initiative system. Serenity Now. You spend bonus action on your turn to end your rage. Unarmed attacks and unarmed attacks such as a punch, kick, headbutt, etc. counts as a melee weapon attack and gains the benefits of your rage damage. On armored defense, when you are not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your constitution modifier, plus either your dexterity modifier or your intelligence modifier, so that's different. And you can use a shield and still gain that effect. Brutality. Here's the new stuff. You have a number of brutality points as shown in the brutality points column. You can spend brutality to overwhelm your enemies with brutalities. Well, Alright, you may learn other applications from your primal path. You recover all expended brutality points when you finish a long rest. Basically, without reading these, we're looking at Battlemaster Fighter being applied to Barbarian in a Barbarian kind of way. So it's very exciting. At first level, you have mastered 2 brutalities of your choice. You master additional brutalities as you gain more Barbarian levels, as shown in the Brutalities Known column. Once per turn, you may spend 1 brutality point to use one of your mastered brutalities. Replacing a brutality when you finish a long rest, you can replace one of your mastered brutalities with another brutality. Very nice. All your saving throws are based on your strength. And let's talk about those brutalities. Cleave. when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can attempt to damage another nearby creature. Choose a creature that is A, within 5 feet of the original, and B, within your reach. If the original attack roll would hit the second creature, that creature takes 1d6 damage. The damage is of the same type dealt by the original attack and can't exceed the total damage dealt by the original attack. That's an interesting caveat there. Greater cleave, superior cleave as you go up in level. Grab, here you go. When you hit an adjacent creature with an opportunity attack and you have at least one hand free, you can attempt to hold the creature. The creature is larger or smaller. It must make a strength or dexterity saving throw. The target may choose which. On a failed save, the creature is grappled by you. Oh, wow. You can grapple huge creatures at level 5 and gargantuan creatures at level 9. So this one brutality is the best feature of the Odysseys of the Dragonlord Barbarian. And you get it at level 1. Hell yeah. Wow. Oh my god. I've watched a person play a barbarian that their claim to fame is this ability, and they have a tremendous amount of fun. I have fun watching them play the character, so I can only imagine that this is going to be a popular pick. Because grappling is so much battlefield control. So much battlefield control. Headbutt. When you hit a adjacent creature with a melee weapon, you can use a bonus action to attempt to knock the creature down. If the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, you knock them down. Well, that's hype. You know, shield bash for free, essentially. You can use this brutality, but you don't even have to have a shield. You can use forehead. You can use it against huge creatures and gargantuan creatures. All right, kick. When you hit an adjacent creature with a melee attack, you can kick it away from you. If the target is large or smaller, strength saving throw failed, you can knock the creature back up to 10 feet. Important wording there, up to 10 feet means you could choose 0 feet if you wanted to. Huge and gargantuan when you level up. A roar. When you hit an adjacent creature with a melee weapon attack, you can attempt to frighten that creature. Well, I know a certain Dragonborn fighter rogue who this is his bread and butter. So yeah, he would very much like that. On a failed save, it is frightened from you until the end of your next turn. Greater roar, affect an additional creature, and superior roar, another creature. Okay, that's pretty cool. Notice that you do spend points to make these activate though. So this grab feature right here is still limited by the number of times you could do it. Whereas the Odyssey of the Dragonlords Barbarian can just do it every single round, because that's their entire shtick, is grabbing stuff. Alright, Smash. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can momentarily weaken its defenses until the start of your next turn. The next attack roll against the creature by an attacker other than you has advantage. That is probably the least cool one that was listed. The creature grants advantage to the next 2 attack rolls against it. Superior Smash, the creature grants advantage to the next 3 attack rolls against it. At that point, why not just make it the whole fucking round? Yeah, whatever. Primal Path. Choose a Primal Path. You gain features from your Primal Path at 1st, 3rd, 6th, and 10th level. Primal Brutalities. You gain access to 4 unique brutalities from your Primal Path, and add these to your list of brutality options. So you don't gain them automatically, you still have to choose them. Okay. Survival Instincts. Choose one of the following options. Danger Sense or Primal Knowledge. I know the same barbarian we've been talking about decided to take Primal Knowledge instead of Danger Sense, and I think that they enjoy it until they don't, Like, having advantage on dexterity saves is huge. It's really hard to give that up for skills. It's really hard. But if you're running a game like this with camping and survival and travel, maybe it is worth it. I don't know. Reckless Attack. Before you make your first attack on your turn, you can choose to attack recklessly. You have advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls that use strength until the end of your turn. But in return, all attack rolls made against you have advantage until the start of your next turn. While you're being reckless, you can't use a mastered brutality unless that brutality specifies otherwise. That's interesting. Okay. Ability score improvements. You can improve one ability score of your choice by 2, or 2 abilities by 1. You can't increase this above 20. At 8th level, you can do it again, and that's it. That's the only ASI improvements you get. Cry it out. Extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an attack action on your turn. Feral movement. Choose one of these options. Your natural speed increases by 10 when you're not wearing heavy armor. If you have multiple forms of innate movement, such as climbing, flying, swimming, etc., each of these speeds increases by 10. Unnatural movement. You gain the movement speed through an external effect, such as an item, feature, or spell. That speed doesn't increase with this feature. Oh, that's nice. Clarification there. Okay. Leap. When a creature ends its turn within 15 feet of you, you can spend your action to move up to half your speed to a space closer to the creature, and this movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. Oh, that's pretty good too. Okay. Am I missing number 6? Oh, I guess it's mislabeled. Okay. Feral Instinct. You have an advantage on your initiative rolls. If you are surprised at the beginning of the combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on your turn. Oh. Okay. If you are surprised and aren't incapacitated. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Brutal critical. You can roll 1 additional weapon damage die when determining the extra damage for a critical with a melee attack. Brutality. Whenever you reduce a creature to 0 hit points with a critical hit from a melee attack, you gain 1 expended brutality point. Oh, that's cool. Mastered Rage. When you enter a rage, you may choose to master it. Each time you do so, pick one of the following options. You gain this in addition to the other features granted by your rage. You can use this feature once, and you regain expended uses when you finish a long rest. Oh my. That's once a week. For the duration of your Mastered Rage, your natural speed increases by 10. If you have multiple forms, blah, 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 blah. If you have Fast Mover, it stacks. That's okay, I guess. Fierce. For the duration of your Mastered Rage, double the damage bonus granted by rage damage. Pretty cool. For the duration of the rage, you may cast and concentrate on spells as normal. Okay, okay. If we're not allowing multi-class, I'm not sure how that's going to come in handy other than certain items, but... and then Frightening. Depending on what you're fighting, this is probably going to be your best pick. For the duration of your Master Rage, your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability checks that makes Intimidation or Athletics. Oh, never mind. I thought it had to do with actual causing of fear. Alright, Primal Pass. A fierce rage burns deep in your heart. Flavor text. Choose your path. Alright. They already tried to fix, and successfully fix, Path of Berserker in the Darker Dungeon rules. Let's see what they got for him. Let's see. Brutal Barbarian is a work in progress with a limited number of paths. Future expansions of the supplement may, depending on demand and support, include Path of the Bulwark, Path of the Conqueror, Path of the Flagellant, and Path of the Zealot. Okay, got some ideas for Primal Paths you'd like to see? Go suggest them at the thing. Okay. Path of the Berserker. Wait, why does it say Path of the Berserker here? Oh, is that the only path that they do? Oh shit. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here then. To create your own primal path or convert an existing one, follow these steps. Create 4 brutalities. At first level, primal paths expand the barbarian brutality list with 4 unique brutalities. Create some new ways to be brutal that are thematic to your path. Be as flavorsome as you can. Okay. Create 3rd and 6th level features. Primal Paths grant new features at 3rd and 6th level. Rage is the primary feature of the Barbarian. Try to use it in interesting ways. Create a 10th level capstone. At 10th level, Primal Paths grant a unique capstone. That's it. Your path is complete. Okay. Okay. Some weird formatting here, but I kind of get what's going on here. Path of the Berserker. Let's see. Add the following 4 brutalities to your list of brutality options. Bloodlust, Charge, Ferocity, and Relentless. When you reduce a creature to 0 hit points with a melee weapon attack while raging, you can attempt to move and attack another creature. Dope. When you spend a bonus action to move up to half your speed towards another creature. Wait. Oh my god, I'm so tired this morning. You may spend a bonus action to move up to half your speed towards another creature. If the creature is A, within your reach, interesting, and B, your original attack would hit it. That creature takes 1d6 damage. Oh wow, it's like a super cleave. Okay. The damage is the same type dealt by the original. Okay. It's like cleave, but the range is equal to half your speed. Okay. But they had to put it in rules layer terms. Charge. When you move at least 20 feet straight towards a creature while raging and hit it, you do extra damage. This damage is the same type dealt by your original. You can add extra damage as you go. Doesn't seem to cost any action economy, you just got to spend the point. That's not too bad. Ferocity. When you make an ability check to use athletics or intimidation, you can add a d6 to the result. You can wait until after you roll your check before deciding to use this brutality, but you must decide before the GM says whether or not you succeeded or failed. Your bonus increases accordingly. Alright. When you're reduced to 0 hit points while raging but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. You can't use this brutality again until you finish a long rest. Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess that would stack with half orc. So half orc can do this twice, essentially. That's pretty awesome. Frenzy. When you rage, you may choose to go into a frenzy. If you do so, for the duration of your rage, you can make 1 additional melee weapon attack during your turn when you take the attack action. Notice it doesn't take their bonus action to make the attack. It just says when you take the attack action, you get 1 more attack. That's pretty damn good. I'm pretty sure that's not how it currently is. Nope, it costs a bonus action how it currently is. So that's way better. When your frenzied rage ends, you must immediately do one of the following. Spend 1 of your hit dice. Spend 2 points of brutality. Oh wow, extra options. Suffer 1 level of exhaustion. Mindless rage. You can't be charmed or frightened while raging. If you are charmed or frightened when you enter your rage. Yeah. I'm grinding out the class compendium now, which does not seem to be fully fleshed out. There's only like 1 path for the Barbarian that's been fleshed out. Hopefully I can find people online that have fleshed out the other ones. I don't know. Or we'll just do it on a, do you want to play Barbarian? Let's flesh it out situation. I don't know. Alright. Let's see. Intimidating presence. You can use your action to frighten someone. Choose a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. If that creature can see you, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. The creature is immune to intimidating and frightened for the next 24 hours. If they fail, they're frightened of you until the end of your next turn. On subsequent turns, you can spend 1 action to extend the duration of this effect on 1 frightened creature until the end of your next turn. This effect ends if the creature ends this turn out of line of sight. That seems really bad. Like, I don't know. Yeah, there's an ability up here that allows you to make people afraid of you already. Like, I don't know. This one just doesn't seem very good. They did improve all the other stuff, though. And this is the level 10 capstone. So by the time you get this, you're going to be retiring from that West March's life anyways, probably. But, yeah. I know it's the ability as written, but it's still kind of sad. Alright, variant dials. If you want to adjust the Barbarian class to better suit your campaign, if you allow multi-classing, you can't use any Master Brutalities until you are a 3rd level Barbarian. Smart. Locking up the best features behind some extra levels. It's good. They kind of should have done that in 5e. Restricted training. If you want to make retraining a little bit more significant and costly, you can only retrain brutalities in a safe sanctuary. Well, you pretty sure you have to be at a sanctuary to do a long rest anyways. Facilities. To change your brutalities, you must have access to the appropriate facilities. Well, short rest recovery. This supplement emphasizes the use of long rest as a primary recovery mechanic, but if your campaign is more dependent on a short rest, you could try this alternative. Sizable brutalities. Some brutalities feature hardwired size limitations, but if you want to tie these limitations to character size instead, which we probably would, because we are going to have large playable races this time around. Size category is +1, +2, and +3. Tying brutalities directly to character size will strongly incentivize players to pick larger races over smaller ones. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Well, you know, even a T-Rex can only grapple a certain size creature, even though it's a T-Rex. So we could just leave it as written. It should be fine. All right,